Hello everyone, hello. This year is dedicated to Ili Nishmas, Rachalea Bas, Reb Chaim Tzvi. So we finished the Hakdama to Sefer Abbas Chesed, and now the Chafetz Chaim has a psicha. This is more of an introduction. And in the psicha, the Chafetz Chaim, just as a general overview, is going to give us examples of how Chesed applies in many, many areas of our lives. And then, that's number one. And number two, he's going to show that Chesed is found everywhere in the Chumash, all over the place, with many examples. And it's actually very exciting to see so many examples in the Chumash where mitzvos of Chesed are brought into the Pashut Pshat of the Psukim. And that is the sort of the first half of the Chafetz Chaim's Psicha, the introduction. And then he continues from there. So let's begin. Amru Chazal. Darash Rabbi Simlai, Torah Tchilasa Gmilas Chasadim, V'sofa Gmilas Chasadim. The Torah starts with Gmilas Chesed and ends with Gmilas Chesed. Tchilasa Gmilas Chasadim, Dichsiv, Vayas Hashem Elokim L'Adam L'ishto Kasnos Or B'Al Bishem. Hashem made clothes for Adam and Chava. That was an act of Gmilas Chasadim. V'sofa Gmilas Chasadim, Dichsiv, Vayikbor Oso Bagai. And Hashem himself, in a sense, buried Moshe Rabbeinu. Hine Chazal Gil Lanu as gold Elinin Shal Chesed Sheramza Lanu HaTorah Le B'Chilu V'Sofa. The Torah, by beginning with Chesed and ending with Chesed, is teaching us the importance of Chesed. The beginning and the end. That sets the tone for the whole Chumash of Chesed. Oh, Aval B'Emes, but really, Lav Dafka Be'elu HaMakomos Levad. Not just these places. Dekama Parshio Shel Torah Mileos Mizeh. It's not just the beginning and the end, it's the whole middle too, as we'll see, or a big portion of the middle. So the Chafetz Chaim is going to show us now, the Torah begins with Chesed, it ends with Chesed, there's a huge amount of Chesed in the middle, and he's going to introduce his list from the Chumash by just giving us a general overview of how Chesed applies in many, many areas, not just with money, but in many, many other areas as well. It's interesting, this example that Hashem buried Moshe Rabbeinu, we'll get back to later, that was a Midah Keneged Midah, which we'll get back to later. Since Moshe took care of the Atzmos Yosef, and that was a chesed that Moshe did to make sure that Yosef's burial was taken care of properly. So Midah Keneged Midah, Chazal say, Hashem himself, in a sense, took care of and buried Moshe. Okay. So let's begin. Next paragraph. Tchilas hakol sarich adam leida shegeder gmilas chasadim eino munach tafka lavas mamon. Gmilas chesed is not just about money. K'moshe sovereign eze anashim. No. Eluhu munach al kol inyanei hatov she'adam oser chesed u'meitiv l'chavero b'china. In all areas that a person can help somebody else for nothing, that's called chesed. Yesh shemis chasedim oben mamono. It can be with money. Kagon, Shemashalo Behema, or Kli, or Holavas Mammon, to lend somebody money, or to lend them, they have to borrow something from you, to borrow a hammer. That's Chesed. Shu Oseh B'Mamon, or Tovel Chavero. Vizenikra Kefi Chazal, that's called Gmilus Chesed Shebeh Mamono. That's the name Chazal give it. Doing Chesed with your money, with your possessions. V'yesh Chamis Chesed Imo Begufo. Sometimes it's Begufo, with your body, what you do with physically. That also has there are two parts to doing chesed with your body. You can help somebody who's alive. Or for people who have been nifter already. And if somebody's alive, so of course you can nachlas and you can walk them to the door and walk them out, and b'sameach chasen v'kala, bikur cholim. All of these are examples of the mitzvahs of chesed. Oh, anything shemeitiv begufo b'chaveiro hachai, that's considered a gemilas chasadim. And the Chafetz Chaim is going to explain these ideas more in detail later in the Sefer. Here's like an overview. See, what the Chafetz Chaim is doing now is he's going to show that the breadth of what chesed is, gemilas chasadim is, and then once we know the breadth of what gemilas chasadim is, we'll see how one or more aspects of gemilas chasadim comes up all throughout the Chumash. V'yesh milsa begufo shoso lemesim, or once a person has been nifter already. Hotzo asemes, he's asklus b'chotzar ke'akvura, taking care of the kavura. V'leilech lefanav v'lispod v'lachbor v'likbor, to bury someone, to give a hesped. That's all considered. That's all kol elu machnis b'shen gemilas chasadim. That's all part of gemilas chasadim. Oh. Then the Chavetz Chaim says, "V'chol zeh nichnas b'chal mitzvahs ashtei shel v'haftarecha kamocha." This is part of the mitzvah of haftarecha kamocha. Hainu kol hadvarim she'ata rotze sheyasu osam l'cha acherim aseh otzam l'achicha. Anything that you'd want others to do for you, you should do for them, and that's haftarecha kamocha. Treat others